Hey guys, check out the next level games for all your TCG needs. Link is down below in the description of the video. Thanks guys. What's up everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we're covering the top 8 decks from the World Championship this past weekend. We're going to do a quick little overview. A lot of these decks we are going to cover throughout the weeks throughout the month while we're trying to discover new decks to play. So we've already covered first place list, but we have all top 8 decks. And then also over a limit list, you can see a good majority of the decks. So let's give you a quick little video just talking about the decks and stuff and see what they're about. So first place was Henry Brand playing his Mewtwo and Mew deck. We've already seen this in action. We played it on Monday's video. Oh, and if you want links to this, links are down below the Team Fish Knuckles Facebook page. Go give it a like and follow it. And I try to post all of the tournaments as I can. Let's see. You can see, like, I got, Worlds, Nationals, Madison. I try to cover all the North America regionals and on all the big international championships. So you can follow those pretty instantly as soon as the deck lists do get released. So, sorry about that. How many people just yawned? Like I said, first place was Mewtwo and Mew. Look at the Henry Brand's #1 trainer. That's like a $5,000 card or something crazy like that. Second place was Shintaro Ito. He's just playing straight Blacephalon, but he does have the new Naganadel GX, where he has the Ultra Conversion ability, where you can discard an Ultra Beast and draw some cards. He did play a split on Poipo, so I'm not 100% sure. The Heatran was actually pretty clutch in this deck. Being able to switch the Heatran from the bench to the active and then move all the energies up to it to a swing for, to do a huge, GX attack or do 130 damage was really, really cool. Played one Dedenne GX just for consistency, and then a Mew for the bench damage. Is it pretty consistent, Blacephalon deck? Nothing too crazy, right? I think the crazy thing is he plays, one Psychic Energy, and that's so you can actually attack with Naganadel GX and use its attack. I think it's 170, and you hit a bench Pokemon, which is really cool because you're not going to Dedenne is that way. 4 Cynthia, 4 Welder. I think there was end up being 16 Welders in the top 4, which is crazy. 1 Hapu, which is a supporter card we haven't covered just yet, but a very good card because I think it looks at the top 6 cards of your, or look at the top 6 cards of your deck. Pick 2, put in your hand, discard the others, which seems pretty crazy, but there's really no real reason to get, no good way to get a Fire Energies outside of Mysterious Treasure and the Dedenne GX, so it's really helpful. And 1 Lily as well, which I wonder how he kind of drew into the Lily. It seems pretty almost inconsistent because you only have the 1 Lily. You don't have Tapu Lele anymore, so I don't know how he hit the Lily. 2 Ultra Base and 1 Heat Factory. The Heat Ultra Base is good, of course, to find the Ultra Base, and Heat Factory lets you draw cards and it gets you fires in the discard pile for the Poipo. 4 Custom Catcher, of course, bring Pokemon to the bench to the active. Really good card in this meta right now. 4 Mysterious Treasure. 3 B-String. B-String are your MVP. If they're the best card in the deck, it is a B-String. If your opponent has 3 or 4 prize cards left, you can use that B-String, get a ton of energies on the field, and power up your mind-blown attack. That's what makes Blacephalon such a good attacker. Be able to mind-blown out of nowhere. You can literally go from 0 energies to 8. Possibly in 1 turn. You can do, 3 B-Strings, so that's 6, attachment 7, double Poipo or double Naganadel 9, so you get 9 energies out of nowhere, and you just need 4 or 5, depending on the situation, to knock out some Pokemon, maybe 6. B-String is fantastic. Cherish Ball is a great card as well, because it lets you find GX Pokemon, so you have Cherish Ball. Well, I guess you only have Cherish Ball and Ultra Space to kind of find your Pokemon, but still, Shintaro was super consistent with this deck, and 1 Reset Stamp. Reset and step your opponent down to 1 is always fantastic, and so that is Shintaro's Ito's list. Nothing too crazy. The Naganadel is very nice to help you trying to get those B-Strings the same turn, but congratulations, Shintaro. And also the Welder can attach 2 extra energies a turn, so that 9 energies we talked about, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9... can go up to, 11 in 1 turn. I mean, you only pay 14 fire energies, so that's pretty crazy. But next up is going to be Blaine Hill. I was really excited to see Blaine in there. I was like, oh man, maybe he'll follow his brother, and he did fantastic. Getting 3rd place. I think he's Karen Hill's brother. I think so. Anyways, just playing a straight kind of Reshiram and Charizard deck. He is using that promo Reshiram and Charizard, which I do love a lot. It makes Reshiram and Charizard so much cheaper now. But the interesting thing about his deck, if you notice, he's playing, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stadium cards. That's very interesting, right? Lysander Labs, Giant Earth, Shrine to Punish, Heat Factory, and Power Plant. They all kind of do their own things, right? Shrine to Punish can help you take the one-shot's own Pikarom. Giant Earth for consistency. Lysander Labs to shut down they should ninja decks, right? And stuff like that. Heat Factory to help draw cards. Power Plant to shut down abilities for GX and EXs, which can be the Mewtwo Mew. So it's a very interesting take on this Reshiram deck. It is still the Green's version, though. Green Reshiram list with the Welders and Pokegears and Custom Catchers, mixed herbs and great potions, so you're keeping your Reshiram alive forever, right? You get the mixed herbs and great potions, so they're never going to get knocked out. That's a really cool concept we've seen before over and over again. And it's a pretty big discussion, and we're going to see multiple takes on this during this video, because you have the option of playing the Greens build, or you have a more, like, streamlined, I'm going to play a different supporter card build, but we see Blaine going for the more mixed herbs, great potion kind of build instead. We only have 2 Cherish Ball, which is the only kind of downside I don't like about this deck. Your only way to search out Pokemon is with Cherish Ball. So if you don't start Volcanion, you're in a bad spot, because how do you search out your Volcanions, right? 3 Crystals to get back energies, 1 Fire Flint to get out of your deck, 1 to reset stamp to punish opponent, which is very nice in this deck because you are playing 4 Greens Exploration and 1 Fidget Spinner for that consistency with 4, 8, 11 fire energies. Congratulations, Blaine. I do love this list a lot, especially the idea of all these different stadium cards and kind of countering whatever deck you're playing with Lucamine. Next up is 4th place. We actually have the one and only Tord Reckless. Finally had his breakout performance, going to play his own take on Reshiram. And we see it's a little bit different from Blaine that we're just talking about. Now we see Tord is actually just playing the Welder version. He's playing Welder and Acrobike just like Blaine was, but instead of that, he's playing a bunch of different supporter cards. I mean, not supporter cards, bunch of different cards, right? He's got Jirachi. He's got multiple Dedenis in here to activate the data change. He's got a 2/2 Ninetales, right? Pokemon the bench to the active, where Blaine played the custom catchers. We see 1 Turtonator, 1 Victini, and 1 Heatran. So it's a very Reshiram box kind of deck, depending on the situation. Victini, once you have 1 billion energies in your discard pile, you can knock out anybody. Turtonator's really good. He can hit for a ton of damage for those non-GX decks. Reshiram Charizard is a great starter, and then Heat more can get those energies out like Shintaro's list and kind of take knockouts out of nowhere. Very, very cool. We see 4 Welder and 1 Pal Pad. He's making sure he's playing 6 Welder. 4 Cherish Balls so we can get our, GX Pokemon, if it's Dedenne, Reshiram, or Heatran. We got Communication to find the other pieces of the puzzle. Acrobike, as well as Welder draw cards, and of course Jirachi, 2 Skateboard for a free retreat, and 2 Switch. Now, a cool thing about this list is he does play 3 Super Scoop Ups, which is very neat because what he can do is he can, retreat to Heat more, move all the energies up to Reshiram, and then Super Scoop Up his Reshiram, kind of take it out of the way and make it where it can't get knocked out. So it's a very cool thing to do, and also just picking up Reshiram and almost knocked out is kind of like playing a Greens build. And we see 3 Giant Hearts as well for that consistency, right? But the crazy thing is we see Tord playing 3, 6, 9, not 12, wait, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 energies? I heard a rumor he was playing 18. Is that true? Guess not, because I see... Oh, no, that's 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18. Josh, you can't do math. That's not multiples of 3. That is 4. So, yeah, 4, 8, 12, 16. He played 18 fire energies. That is insane. Most lists that are theme decks played 20. So, Tord was 2 cards off for playing a theme deck. That's pretty crazy. But still fantastic. Tord finally had that breakthrough at Worlds, getting 4th place. That is fantastic. 5th place is going to be Kaiwin Kuwan. Playing a more traditional deck that we were kind of used to, but the kicker is going to be the Sigilyph GX. Now, I wouldn't be lying, I think I know what Sigilyph does, but I had to look into it more, how it kind of like functions and stuff. Let me see if I can kind of find it real quick, if I can pull the old Google up, and let's look at what Sigilyph GX does, because I guess that's one thing bad about doing pictures. You can't see what cards do. I'm like 99% sure I know what it does. I just don't know Um, yeah, so basically we're using it for the ability mirror counter. If this Pokemon is your active Pokemon and is damaged by an attack from your opponent's GX or EX, put damage counters on the attacking Pokemon equal to the damage done to his Pokemon. So I'm not really sure how this kind of function worked. If he just kind of like promoted it and saying, hey, if you swing into my Sigilyph, you're going to get punched back as well. We do see a Cyrus, which we don't really ever see in this list, but it does make sense. You do play Metal Pokemon, but most of the time you want to play other supporter cards. We see the, the 3 Jirachi, the 2-2 Split, the 2 Dedenne, 1 Zeraora, 1 Zapdos, 1 Koko. So it's definitely a more toolboxy deck. We see waiting for the Volkner build, where some people play like a bunch of different other supporter cards, but he's actually not playing any Acrobikes, which is definitely a different take of what we usually see in these lists going up 2 worlds. But we do see 2 Energy Switch, 1 Tack Switch, and 4 regular Switch. Oh my goodness! And 1 Escape Board. We see 1 Stadium Nav to get back your, I guess not get back, but to search out your stadium cards. Custom catcher your Pokemon up. We see the communication in the 1 chair spot, but we do see 3 electromagnetic radars, search out those lightning Pokemon. Just a consistent, lightning deck. We knew this deck was going to be somewhere, and we see it actually. I think only 1 made top 8. We'll find out for sure here in a second, but still fantastic. Somebody said, when I see Pikarom here, yeah, Cowan's deck is super blinged out. There's no. I guess the only thing I would give criticism on is he's playing a different Lily than all the other Lilies. Maybe that's purpose. Maybe there's a reason behind it, but still, congratulations for sure. So 6th place, we actually have Paco. I don't know how to say his last name. Soros, playing a different take on Reshiram, right? Well, not too bad, right? It's another mixed herbs, right? We're playing greens, welder. I don't know how to say the name, whatever that is. But we do see a choice helmet. And I have no idea what this is. I don't play Reshiram as much, but we do see 2 power plants and a shrine. Shrine, of course, is for the Volcanion. But at least with this build, we got the 4 Volcanion, the 3 Reshiram. We have 2 Cherish Ball and 1 Communication. So you can at least search for your Volcanions somewhat, right? The choice sample for damage, which is pretty nice. The Hoopa is pretty cool as well. I think this maybe has a bad Malamar matchup, and I'm just not aware of it. But Hoopa destroys Malamar, so maybe that's what it's used for. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not Paco, but still 6th place. So we saw 3 different Reshizards make it top 8. In the 7th place, we have a Mewtwo and Mew tag team. The big difference here about this list is we do see a 2 Macargo GXs instead of just a 1. But we see a Flareon GX. So now I can look up what Flareon GX does. Oh my goodness. Flareon GX. I wonder how much this has spiked in prices, because I can't imagine this card be useful as all. And I guess it has Heat Stage 30. You may attach with the 3 fire energies from your hand to your Pokemon any way you like. So that's what it's used for. It's using that Heat Stage attack. Power Opponent GX. This attack does 20 damage for each fire energy in your discard pile. Ooh, that could be another reason why too. You have a bunch of energies in your discard pile. You can use that Power Burner GX and take some huge knockouts. We do see a more Hapu kind of build with this one, where I forget his name right now. I am so bad at remembering people's names. Whereas we see Henry playing just 4 welder and 2 build analysis, we see, I can't even say his name. I'm not going Ryoto Ishiyama playing Hapu and welder in his list instead of the build analysis. Pretty much it's almost the same deck. We got some differences. Oh, there's an Oranguru in here as well. The Marshadow still exists. I think he's playing, he's playing 5 supporter cards. Playing the Heat Factory, which is pretty nice. 2 reset step to slow down your opponent, 2 switch. But still, 2 Mewtwo Mews make a top 8, and it wasn't even a deck on my radar. I think this was going to be a deck that I thought would be easily countered. A bunch of people playing Power Planets, but turned out, nope, I was wrong. And in 8th place, we have, of course, the Pidgeotto control deck from Isaiah Williams. Pretty much the surprise kind of deck from the Americans, if you want to say it at all. But if you don't know, Pidgeotto has the Air Mail. You've got top 2 cards of your deck, put 1 in your hand, put 1 on the bottom of your deck. Or Guru to put resource cards back into the bottom of your deck. You have cards like Articuno for that GX tag to discard energies from your opponent's side of the field. You have Giraffe Ray to get lost, to get cards out of your opponent's discard pile into the lost zone. We see 3 water for the activated Articuno, and the recycle energy, which is pretty cool because if that energy gets bumped, it goes back into your hand, and you can put on a new Oranguru every single turn. We see 4 Elms, 2 Latina Surge, 2 Mars. We see 2 Cynthia, 2 Liza. We see 1 Brock's Grit, 3 Custom Catcher, and the 3 Custom Catcher kind of makes sense because you're just getting cards back with Oranguru, and you kind of just stall your opponent out and eventually just win the game. You have cards like 4 Crush Hammer over here to discard energies to slow your opponent down. 4 Pokegear. We see 2 Restamp Stamps to put your opponent to low hand size. 2 Chip Chip, so basically once you get your opponent to low hand size, if you could Restamp plus Chip Chip, and Marzum, you can make it where they have no cards and you control the top decks forever. Is the game plan, right? You get them to low hand size, you start using Chip Chip, and then you make it where they can't really do anything. You get their energies off the field, and you eventually just deck them out. So yeah, very interesting deck for sure from Isaiah. Yeah, I do like this a lot. And you can bring up Pokemon with Custom Catcher, get them stuck in the X spot, and then they can never retreat because they have high retreat costs or something like that. So yeah, very cool decks. A lot of different things happen at Worlds for sure. These are only the top 8 decks. Like I said, in the other list, we have from Limitless. We see anything that has a little list next to it. You can click it, boom. Let's see Bert's list. We see it's another Mewtwo Mew. I think it's a little bit different. I think not 100% sure who else played this list. But you kind of scroll, you can see a bunch of different decks. If they have a list next to it, like let's say, oh, I want to see Zach Lesage. He's a very good Blacephalon player. Let's go see his list. His list plays 1 Persian, 2 Hoopa. I guess Hoopa was definitely a concern for the Blacephalon players. And you can see some interesting things. You can see Shintaro Yamamoto playing his Aerodactyl Carcosa deck. I have no idea what this card even does. Pokemon tool cards attached to your opponents have no effect. Okay. And with Tortuga, I guess it's just evolves to it. I guess you use an Aqua Impact to help out against Reshiram. Aerodactyl is really good for against the lightning. And then we actually have a regular Aerodactyl for the Fossil Fangs. Do 180 damage. So a lot of different things happening for sure. So guys, make sure you check out the links down below. You go like the Facebook page. So you go, oh, there's a Chandelure deck that got 92nd. What? Oh my goodness, what is happening? There's so many different things that happen in Worlds. We have a ton of different content that we can look into. There's definitely some decks I do want to see. I think there was a Slowpoke deck in here somewhere. Of course, now I'm not going to be able to find it, and I'm going to be... Oh, there it is. Oh, Magnus, you need to post a Slowpoke deck so we can see it. I would love to see Slowpoke. What place did it get? 73rd. Oh, that's unfortunate. There's a Rampardos that made cut. And then I see, oh, there's a Spiritomb that cut as well. There's a bunch of different things. You can look at Limitless for hours, looking at all the different deck lists. Shout out to Limitless for producing this for sure. But guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something new about the new Worlds or new format. And we're going to be playing this for the next couple of months. So guys, hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Like down below. Let me know what deck surprised you the most. I know mine is Mewtwo Mew. I didn't think the deck was going to be so good, but it obviously is a fantastic play. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, bye.